It is 8:30 on Thursday, March the 31st, and it's time for our morning briefing. Snapshot of the region this morning. You can see the updated numbers from the unaccompanied children as of Monday. No changes to our declarations this morning. You can see updated numbers from the ongoing damage assessments. And we have no fire management grant requests to talk about this morning. Now, as we switch over to the Geo platform this morning, things are relatively quiet around the region this morning. Mark's going to have a weather update for us in just a moment. Before we go there, no changes at the national level. Both are at level 4 steady state, as is the region. Our state EOCs last evening, New Mexico returned to level 4 after having been at level 3 for the wildfires out there. That leaves everybody at level 4 except for Louisiana, which has their crisis action team on standby. Both of our IMATs are deployed. Looking at shelters this morning, Arkansas continues to have 2 with 43 occupants. Or correction, not Arkansas, Louisiana. And Texas has 2 for 38. Those numbers have been remaining fairly constant for the last almost 2 weeks now. Looking at power outages this morning, Arkansas has just over 3,000. Louisiana just under 3,000. Oklahoma has 1,300 and Texas has 800. Those are because of the storms last night. And speaking of storms, we did have a report of a tornado touchdown in Tulsa County and Osage County. A few injuries with those and some damages, a couple of homes destroyed. No request from the state of Oklahoma at all for any assistance. No request to the state nor the federal government. So now we'll turn it over to Mark to tell us about the weather.
Hey, good morning, everybody. The first batch of showers and thunderstorms that we saw move across portions of Fema 6 yesterday afternoon and yesterday evening is all pushed to the east of the Mississippi River, but the actual cold front is still lying across western Arkansas back into north Texas, and we're starting to see showers and a few thunderstorms redevelop across portions of western Arkansas, and that trend's going to continue as we go on through the morning and into this afternoon. We'll start to see the thunderstorms build further south back into east Texas, and then work their way across the remainder of Arkansas and then into Louisiana. And we do continue to have flash flood watches across southern Arkansas and into northern Louisiana. So as we go ahead and take a look at the river status, we still continue to have 2 river points in northern Louisiana in a major flood stage, and with the rainfall we had yesterday and what we're expecting for today, we're really not looking for river rises, but it is going to prolong the high water levels across these river points. And with generally about 3 to 5 inches of rain that we saw yesterday across Arkansas, several rivers have now pushed up into the minor flooding category, with one over in southern Arkansas in moderate. But overall, we're not looking for too much in the way of impacts across Arkansas. It's going to be mainly 2 agricultural areas. But again, with the recent rainfall, it is going to prolong the river flooding. Good news is, after the next couple of days, we're going to see several dry days across that region, so hopefully that will give the rivers a chance to recover. But for today, we do have an enhanced risk for severe thunderstorms over far eastern Arkansas into northeastern Louisiana, and then surrounding that is a slight risk area. And overall, it's going to be hail and damaging winds will be the main threats, but where we do have the enhanced risk area, that's where our highest chance for tornadoes are going to be. And with the grounds already saturated, we'll continue to see that flash flood threat over southern Arkansas and into Louisiana. Then by tomorrow, the front works its way into southeastern Louisiana, and we could still see a few strong to severe thunderstorms across that portion of Fema 6, as well as some localized flooding. And then the good news is, finally by Saturday, everything pushes into the Gulf of Mexico, and we're going to see what looks like to be dry weather into the middle of next week. And so for today, that front is currently situated across western Arkansas, North Texas. Like I said, we'll be pushing off to the east. And the heaviest of the rainfall totals will be actually to the east of the Mississippi River, but we could still see up to an inch, possibly even 2 inches of rainfall in some of the heavier thunderstorms over southern Arkansas and Louisiana. So that will keep the flash flood threat going there. And then as the front kind of stalls across southeastern Louisiana, late tomorrow and then into Saturday, we could see some locally heavy rainfall across southeastern Louisiana, and especially across the New Orleans area, we could see some localized flooding. But the threat for severe weather, like I said, begins to taper down, especially by Saturday. Still a chance for a few severe thunderstorms over southeastern Louisiana for tomorrow. And the new drought monitor is out for today. We did actually see an uptick in the drought conditions from northern Arkansas into northern Oklahoma and portions of West Texas. The good news, though, is yesterday we did see some pretty good rainfall totals over portions of northern Oklahoma and northern Arkansas, but still seeing very dry conditions over western Oklahoma and into most of New Mexico, and not looking for too much in the way of precip there. And onto space weather, very quiet for the next couple of days. We will see the potential for a G1 minor storm, geomagnetic storm coming up on Saturday, but that does not look like it's going to be impacting the United States. So that is the end of the weather report, and I'll be happy to take any questions y'all might have.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. If you have any questions, you know what to do. In the meantime, we'll take a look at our question for today. What do you think the answer to that one is? Anybody want to take a shot at that one? And the answer is A. Good job, everyone. And you'll see the other PowerPoint coming up there on the bottom share. Any other questions this morning? All right, everyone, have